I, 38, have a close female friend, 38F, who will call Anna for this story. We've been close friends since we were 8 or 9 years old, and were pretty much inseparable growing up. During senior high school, she started dating a guy. We'll call him John for this story. I myself was in a relationship at that time, so we'd often go on double dates, me and my GF together, with John and Anna. John was a nice guy, and I enjoyed spending time with him. I developed a friendship with him, and though it wasn't as close as my friendship with Anna, I can genuinely say I enjoyed hanging out with the guy. They dated for a few years, but eventually broke up at some point during our university years. They said it was a mutual thing. They were each other's first relationships, and I guess they felt like they wanted to know what it felt like dating other people, or something like that. Point is, they broke up, and it was fairly amicable. I was still close friends with Anna, so would continue to hang out with Anna. But after they stopped dating, I lost track of John for a bit outside of random meetings in school campus. Yes, we all went to the same university. Anyway, at this point in my life, I myself had just gotten dumped by my own GF, and I wasn't taking my breakup quite as amicably. Anna was there to comfort me through it, and, well, we were both single, we were comfortable with each other, and one thing led to another. We ended up sleeping together a few times. We would have been around 20 at that point. We eventually stopped doing it because, well, it just felt plain weird. We've known each other for so long that it kind of felt like sleeping with your sister. I feel like we slept with each other more out of curiosity rather than actual desire. Anyway, we both agreed that it wasn't what we wanted and decided that we'd completely forget about it. Seriously, we agreed to never talk about it again and that we'd treat it as if it never happened, and that's exactly what we did. We went back to being pure platonic friends and acted like nothing ever happened between us. Anyway, a few years later, after we've graduated and we working as young professionals, I get a call from John. Apparently, the company he was working for had a job opening that he felt I'd be a good fit for. I took him up on the offer and ended up working for the same company. We started hanging out every day in the office during breaks and whatnot, and we became quite close. I was still friends with Anna at this point, and because both of them hung out with me, they started hanging out with each other again and eventually rekindled their relationship. Me and John eventually left the company, but we retained our friendship. As the years passed, I developed a closer friendship with John than with Anna. We just had more stuff in common. Our humor aligned better, etc. So when they got married 8 years ago, I was John's best man.
The Scredit Stories 102 is here. Need to support my channel? Please hit the subscribe button.